Hello folks, in this session we are going to look at another interesting concept called the cyclic barrier. This essentially is going to help us with thread synchronization. So what it means is we are going to spawn a bunch of threads, and then when each thread completes they are going to come over and wait at a common point, and when all of the threads complete then we will move on to the next step. Okay, so far we have seen we have spawned a bunch of threads, they do their things and then they terminate. But typically, you will have a situation where you have multiple threads and they will do their work, and then when they're done you want to take a look at the results and they want to take further action. So what we will do is we will assume a simple program. Let's say there is a database which is partitioned by year. We are going to spawn 4 threads, and then those threads are going to go off and work on each year, and when the results are done, they would be put in a staging table. When all of them are done, you get control in another thread which, let's say, paints a graph or something like that. Okay, again, we are not going to be programming the database piece, neither are we going to program the painting piece. But if we assume that we are writing a skeletal structure that would support such a program in terms of threading, I think that's where we can start. So let me go ahead and create a class, and I'm going to call this thing Cyclic Barrier thread. Okay, and I want a main in there. So first let's program the aggregator. And then we got to override our run. Okay, and I'm going to say system.out.println in. Okay, then let's create another called worker thread. In here we will basically declare our cyclic barrier. Okay, cyclic barrier, I will say sync point needed include. Then I am going to do create uh, a constructor for it. We'll pass some information to it, so we get an example for how to pass things to it, as well as we want to have meaningful print statements as opposed to thread 0, thread 1, thread 2, right? So we'll create a constructor for this thing. I'm going to pass it the thread name. Okay, then we're going to call set the name. I think the variable name is good. Okay, and then I got to start this guy. This will call the run. Entered. then this is the main thing here. Okay, so sync pointer await, and this needs to be wrapped. Okay, and I think that should do it. Now if we come to the main, cyclic barrier. Okay, so basically we are saying is there will be 4 threads that will be spawned, and when the 4 are finished, then the control goes to the aggregator. Okay, so that's what we're saying here. Now I don't want it to just fly. Okay, so I would like to have like a little sleep statement here. But last time we noticed, right, that it was getting messy with all those try catch blocks wrapping sleep. So I'm going to create a little helper method here. Private static void. We'll call it snooze. So I'm going to sleep for a second. Okay, I'm going to then. Okay, let me put here. System out print line. System out. So that's a variable, and I am passing it say the year, right? So we said is going to be aggregating by years. Okay, so let me do this. So after this I'm going to snooze, then let me just copy this, guys. I'm going to remove this guy. So this would be probably the last line, or sorry, from inside the thing. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this thing. Let's run it again. We entered main, entered the thread 2016, 15, 14, after the last call, ended main, then it entered 2013. Now once all the 4 threads have finished, we have gone to the aggregator. Okay, so you can see that you could do other activities inside the aggregator, and then you could potentially again spawn other threads and let them do the work, etc. Okay, so this is essentially thread synchronization, where we are basically spawning bunch of threads. Then once they do their job, they all wait, and then the control is passed to the next thread. That's where we want the control to go to. Okay. Hope you liked the session, and we are going to present a few more session videos on concurrency, and I think it's coming together nicely and neatly now. If you explore the atomic package, you will get a lot of details on the different functions there. If you obviously have to refer to the reference material, right? But I think we are getting together here. One or two more sessions I think we need to do, and then I think we'll pretty much wrap up this series. Okay. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next session.